Istongon Jokhayadega. Remember that now. Istongon Jokhayadega. Jokhayadega. This is how you would split it up. Jokhayadega. Jokhayadega. So okay. Dungo Istongon Jokhayadega. Can you say it, Jordan? Jinda Judy. Jinda Janet. Jinda Heather. Jinda Coco. See that? Hear that tone, guys? Y'all hear the tone? Jokhayadega. There's a tone in there, and we do have tones. Okay, and that's where those sounds help you. Because those sounds will help you make those tones. So we're going to go back. Remember I told you this was going to get redundant. Okay, that's all right. These sounds will... He's drawing on me.
Just that thing over there.
I don't need to see it.
Right.
Oh,
And you're going to your sounds?
yeah. Remember I told you sounds are going to get redundant in here, but the more we do it, the more you'll start catching on to what I'm talking about as far as sounds go. And some of y'all might have already got how these sounds help. So, Manbijahan Dewey, they call this in Hagi the sound of it. Hagi. Hagi is the sound in Hagi. Okay. They said there was a couple of questions yesterday too, so I'm gonna try to answer them today. So, okay. Huh? As in offski. Hear that offski. Ayo. G as in Jissy. As a mouse. Jessie. Pumpkin. Jakiben. 5. I as in Iga and head. Ido. Tree. Ipoji. A sun. E. Now remember the difference now. I and E. E as in Idalwa, a tribal town. Igana as in land, or they even call it the world. When they say this world, it's the Igana. And even Ibagan, 6. Fi as in Figi, heart. Bacha, truth. Fushwa, bird. He as in Hishjay. Hishjay or Hutki. Hishjay is hello, of course, and Hutki, white. Hamgin, 1. A as in hey ye. Hey ye. Hear that? Hey ye. E-A. Hey ye. Hot. Legida as in to sit. Bakida as in to who. Okay. Then ki as in ki. As in mulberry, gajo, blackberry, gubby. So, li, litki, run, loja, turtle, lamhi, eagle. Me, mahi, call. Mado, thank you. Me just do it. Yeah, you do it. Me just. Ni as in Najomi, how much or how many? Noggin, what? Nodi, tooth, teeth. Oh, here we go. Oh, oba. Remember now, always put that blunt sound to this oh. Say oh, oba. Hear it? Hear that oba? It's not, and some people say oh. It's not oba, it's oba. And a lot of they'll say oba or osi because they're saying oh as in English, but it's not. And then they'll say owa, it's o. So you can hear that oba, oski, owa. Hear it? Okay. B as in Basko, Basko, Buski. Basko is great. Buski is father, our father. It's third person, our father. Any a question? For me as an us. That's third too. That's more than two. For me. And we're going to go through all this. Y'all going to learn this more than 1, 2, 3. Y'all going to learn that as we go along, so y'all know how to use it in context in a sentence and speaking. The as in Sako. That's kind of, I got a controversy on this right here, and you know, that to me is Sako, Sako, like big, like Chiban Sako, Boxi Sako, Sada Sako. Hear that? Sada Sako is a big apple. So, and then, but a lot of people says horse, and there's no right and wrong in it, but the way I do horse is RVKO. RVKKO. That's how I do it. To me, this is big, something big. C is a bullet or an arrow, anything that's like, you know, that's like a bullet or arrow, something like that. C. Tato is a fish. And we're going to learn those too. It depends on how far we go, but we're going to name different fish. Like there's different catfish. There's just not. This is in general just a fish. Okay? Just a fish is tato. But there's different kinds of fish that we need to learn too. There's different kinds. Tato is fish. C as in sa, sak, wa. Hear those? Sa, sak, wa. That's all in your 2 and 3 letter words. Sa sounds. Sa, sak, wa is a goose. Sada is an apple. Suda is a sky. D as in diniki, diniki, and that is thunder. Thunder. Doktolosi, doktolosi. That's a chicken, which now we say dolosi, but way back they used to say doktolosi. And my family never used it. They never said doktolosi. Did yours? Mine didn't either, but I knew a woman that spoke like that. She, you know, my family did. They just said dolosi, but they nugget.
When I was growing up, they called the rooster dolosi.
And the hen something else. Yeah, that could have been. That could have been, you know, because my family didn't use it. But there's a name for like a rooster, and there's a name for a hen, you know. So that, you know, that's another informational thing that we need to go over, Coco, that we need to study, learn those things. Okay. Docine is 3.
Yeah, I could do one. Yeah.
Chula. Chula is a fox. Goody, that is a frog. Bojasi is a owner of something. Owner. Owner of something, Bojasi. As in Jesse, as in pumpkin. Budgie. Pigeon. Aji. And that's in season right now, Aji. Aji is in season right now, and that's corn. We as in washko. Washko. That, hear that tone? Washko. And that's where your tones come in, because it's we, a, c, e, o. Is a chigger?
Yes.
Waka. Hear that tone? Waga. That's a cow. And weasel. Weasel. That's sassafras. Ye as in yaha. Yaha. That's a wolf. Yaha. And yafki. That's a evening, yeah. And then yanasha. That is a buffalo. Hear that? Yanasha. Yanasha. That's a buffalo. Okay. Now we're going to go through these pretty quick, 2 and 3 letter sounds. Okay. Sha, chi, je, jo, ju, ja, ba, be, ga, gi, ge, go, gu, ga, ha, he, hey, ho, hu, ha, la, li, le, lo, lu, la, ma, mi, me, mo, mu, ma, na, ni, ne, no, nu, na, ba, bi, be, bo, bu, ba, sa, di, se, do, du, da, sa, si, se, so, su, sa, da, di, de, do, do, da, wa,
We, way, wo, woo, what, da, dee, yay, go.
let's see. Can y'all hear that? That's out there. Can y'all hear the class in here that's doing it?
Yes.
All right. All right. Good job. Okay. Follow along with them. Y'all need to say these sounds now. Even if you're sitting in front of your computer, you need to say these sounds. Get used to saying them.
E, A, O, U, E, A, O, U, in, A, O, U, E, A, O, U, in, A, O, U, E, A, O, U, space, O,
Okay. Anytime you see these words, you know how to pronounce them, don't you? Like ma, and you put mahi. Mahi. See, that's tall. That was in your single letter sounds. Mahi. So when you see those, you know how to enunciate these words. Mahi. That means tall. Okay, we're going to go through this. And anytime you see these sounds, that's how they're going to be pronounced in a word. Okay?
Sa, si, se, so, su, sa, la, li, le, lo, lu, la, mas, mi, space, most, loose, must, on, me, me,
Must.
hey, ho, hu, sweet, space, most, loose, must, on, me, make,
Ne, no, nu, na.
Speak, space, spokes, loose, bus, just, space, space, juice, juice, just, spa, speak, space, spokes, bus, la, sleep, space, slows, loose, just, lease, lease,
Jim. Okay. Jim, Finn, Gut, Ma, Gon, Hon. Ul. Ul. Il. Wa. Okay. Anytime you see these letters in a word, that's how you're going to use that ma. Here, like this one. Home. Home. What can you find? Can you think of a word that starts with this? Home. Homoji. There you go. Homoji. Yeah, home box. See? It's in there. It's in there. They're in every one of these. What about this one? Jit. Jitto. There you go. See? It's in there. There, you just have to know these sounds. Yeah, Judy.
We got a question.
Ah, oh, we.
Lee.
Lee. Right here?
B-O-L, yeah.
Al. Hear it? Al.
Oh.
Ul. It's like al. Here, you don't hear it. It's ul. Hear that Lee, you don't really say it at the end, but it's like e, due, ul. Yeah.
Rachel wants you to pronounce the last 6 lines.
Right here. Right here?
Last 6. Right there with Jim.
Jim. Okay. Jim. Fin. Gut. Ma. Gon. Hon. Bon. Lof. Bat. Gat. Vis. Ska. Hal. Hat. Hum. Chit. Lof. Ul. There you go. I can say it. Wake, sop, knit, peel, jack, walk. Kit, but, yin, scar, sport, stop. Hook, lift, up, dot, jiff, lock. Okay, this right here. Okay, what we saw this one too. Flop. Oh, flop. Oh, yeah.
Only your one says you can't.
You can't hear it. Can you hear us, Connie? Is it on our side or her side?
It could be her.
Yeah.
I can now.
Can you hear now? All right. So remember now, when you see any of these words, that's how you enunciate it. And what I did, pick up your dictionary and look at the words in there. Just open to a random page and see if you can say that word by using these sounds. And you got to say these sounds in order to able to pronounce the word, okay? So you got to say these sounds when we're saying them. That's how come I go over them every day, because sounds is something you're going to have. Now, who can read this right here? Just by using sounds, because you've had sounds. Who can say these words? Anybody out there? What is hawk? Ayo. Harmony. Afki. You. Rabbit. I can't hear y'all out there, but if y'all can just say it, I can. Fox. Trout. Jalo. A mouth. Jokwa. Red. House. Okay. Deer. Gun. Okay, this is the one that everybody says I can't. If you say it, you don't say the D, but your tongue's on top of your palate. Remember, I said, remember where your mouth is, how your tongue moves. We don't pay attention as speakers, but y'all gotta say it. Even out there, say it. You'll hear that T right here. You won't hear it, but that T sound is right on the palate with your tongue. It. So there ain't no solid sounds, but you'll feel it. So pay attention to your mouth when you're speaking, because it's real prominent in the mouth. Okay, another. Husband. Ihi. Ihi. Body. Blaze. Duck. Shark. Right. Rain. Ow. I want to hear that. Uba. Uba. Sometimes you got to throw that head back. Uba. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Hickory. Oji. Chestnut. Odo. Here. We. Finished. Tomorrow.
Huh?
Huh?
I had a question yesterday. Should that be an A instead of a B?
Well, let me see. Tomorrow. That might be an A. I'm thinking it is an A. I never paid attention to it. Yeah. Hear me? See? That's what I'm saying. I even have to use these sounds. Foxy. It is an A. This one would be A. Cross that out and this too. Foxy. Yeah, that's right. Foxy. Pigeon. Budgie. Cat. Black drink. Bassa. Bassa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Me. Ani. Now remember, me is first person. Ani. Okay. Snail. Ada. Ada. Corn. Potato. Buckeye. Allah. Wolf. Fork. Okay. This is another one that's to me is with fork. Like a dinner fork, we call it chofunwa. But this yakpi means like a fork in a branch, okay? In a branch, yakpi. That's what they, like even a scissor tail, they call it haji yakpi. A scissor tail bird, because it's like this. Okay, so yakpi means like in a branch like this in the white. Can everybody see me? Like yakpi, that's what that means. But so, okay, cow. Raccoon. Wotko. Hear that? Wotko. Wotko. And you can get that tone if you say that. Wotko. Hear that tone? With the when you sound wotko. You can hear it, the tone. Doorway. A hoagie. Mud hole. Remember now, a hoagie means something below you and it's down under, okay? A hoagie. Yeah. So a hoagie is a doorway, and that means like in a wall. It's got a hole in the wall. But a mud hole, like a hole in the ground, a hoagie. That's where it's down below. Down below, okay? A hole. Aksofti, see? Aksofti, that means something deep down below you, okay? A pond. Akhasi. A field. Well meaning healthy. Jafikni. Jafikni. A bell. Okay, here we go. They'll say we can't hear the he in there. It's right here, guys, right on bottom of your throat. Jump. You barely can, if you say it, it's like that. Just go. Jump, jaga, jump, jaga. Okay. A boy. Jibani. A bridle. Jokshaka. Angry. Okay, see, when you hear that right here, let's go back up to bridle. Jokshaka. You hear that tone. I can hear a tone when I say it because I'm doing it by the sound. Okay, you can hear that. You'll naturally get that tone. You'll naturally get it when you're pronouncing it right. Ridge. Janakshi. A son. Ipoji. His heart. And this should be, Ipoji should be his son too, because it's third person. And we're going to go through that now. We're going to go through that so y'all can get that right. Okay, his heart is what? This E means it's third person, somebody else. We will go through that. A child. Istoji. Handkerchief. Inochka. And inochka, that's a descriptive word. That's a descriptive word. It's saying something that goes around you. Yeah, like a scarf that goes around you. Inochka. Okay. Who? Istemat. Istemat. And most of the time when you use that who, put that tone in there, like istemat. You're saying who? And you know, I say that, I don't know, because I'll hear I will be talking, I'll say who? Istemat. You don't know how many times a day you say who. Istemat. Always. Imunga. Before him. Behind him. Under him. His brain. Food. Bad or ugly. A brook or a stream. Clean. Far away. Okay, right here. When you just say far away, you can say obey. But if you say, oh, it's way far away, obey. See how tone changes that? I can say like just right over, not that far, obey. It's far right over here, maybe 6 blocks. But if it's like 60 miles, I say obey. Hear that tone? That changes that. That changes the meaning. That changes that meaning too. Okay, east. Hasosha. Ice, snow, or frost. Nugget. Okay, a little girl. A Perry. A grave. Alligator. To beat like corn now, that's with that thing, you know. What do you call that? I don't know what it is in English. That's what that is. To stand. To boil. Okay. I have a problem with that too. To boil. I say mosejida. To boil. Mosejida is to boil. To me, cocida is like broil, underneath the, you know. Okay. Short. Gojokmi. Beads. Cold. To break. Okay, now remember, to break is like something long, like to break in half. Gajida. Like lechi. Lechi is a branch. You know, you take it and you break it in half. That's to gajida. There's different ways of saying break. Like to break something is hobanida. To break something, hobanida. But to break something in half is gajida. Okay? To break something long in half is gajida. There's 2 different meanings to that. Okay? Okay. Slippery M. Lobaga. Okay. Broom. Ispaska. Ispaska. Ground. Fruit. Inlokchi. Inlokchi. A handle. Imabi. Here's one. Garden hose. That's kind of hard because of that. You know, you don't see this in English. There's no word like this, that especially that e, that li, u, e. That's hard to. That'll throw you off now. Okay. The last or the end is foggy. His neck. A pen is choka. Is choka. And that's an old word for writing. Is choka. You know, if you hear, it's an old word for a pen or writing. Is choka. That's what they used to call it a long time ago. But we call it, what do we call it now? And right here, a pencil. What is that? Is satka. Satka means like this. marking it. Hey. That's what that means, like marking something. Ishak, to take something and mark something with. Okay. It's not a pencil. Okay. We call it. We'll get to that. I'm not gonna miss y'all up here. A comb. Okay. Remember, I explained that. Ishpoga. It's for like we call it skashka now, but ishpoga back then was like to get rid of bugs. Ishpoga. It was like to get rid of bugs. They called it that. Okay, so and I guess maybe we called it that because that's what they was known for maybe back then, but now we call it ishkashka. A rib. To drink. To die. Ilida. A bottle. To whistle. To blow. Fogida. Okay. Beehive. For hoodie. To sprinkle. And that's like sprinkling. You know, you take water and sprinkle it on people, or you take it and you sprinkle it around. That's is fishkida. Rest. Pretty. Now see, this one, you can put pretty hintoshi, but you can change the meaning of that like very pretty. Hitoshi. Hitoshi. Hokti hitoshi does. That little girl, that girl was pretty. See, you can change the meaning with that, with tone. With tone. Hitoshi is just pretty. But if you say hitoshi, that means like beautiful, just pretty, you know. I've heard that being said about, you know, like beadwork. Yeah.
You're going to blow. Can you also say bofkida?
I would say bofkida. And I wonder if that's a typo. It says fofkida. I wonder if that means bofkida. Because I've never heard that bofkida. I'm just going by the paper. But it could be bofkida because it is to blow bofkida. Bofkida is like, let's change that, okay? Because I wondered about that too. Good job, Coco. Bofkida. It could have been somebody's. Okay, let me see. Okay. Where we go? Bofkida. Mark that, put a P on it. Bofkida. I think that's more like it, bofkida. I don't, sometimes I'll have a problem with it, and I just wonder if that might have been an old word, but that is bofkida, that's to blow. Where was we at? Medicine. Hiliswa. A man. Okay, that's gender now. A man, honanwa. That's a gender, as in a gender. Honanwa. That's meaning gender. Okay, the moon. Hatisi. To run. Litkida. To set. Legida. New. Mojashi. Oh.
I need to get those lines off.
Here.
Okay.
Okay. New, mujashi. Button. Malomha. That means it's on something. I've heard it's something else too, button. We used to use something else. Shalomha. Shalomha. Shalomha, I called it, well, my family says shalomha, but this says malomha, which that kind of means, basically it says on something, okay? Truth, mahinwa. A patch, malega. Jug, modisa, modisa. And modisa to me is that instead of like that big old what they used to set on the counter and they had softy in it. It was pretty big, you know. And to grow, mahida. And this one, mahida, there's to grow plants, to grow tall, to grow. There's different ways of saying this, and you're gonna have to learn those in order to speak, okay? Like to grow in a plant is fundida. So we're gonna learn all those because that's what has to be learned in order to get the right context of speaking. Rounded or okay, this one I said nogufti to me was a fist. Like this. Nogufti is a fist. But gobler around it is boloksi. Boloksi. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna challenge this. You know how I am, I will do that. I'm gonna challenge it. So I'm gonna put a fist instead of it's when you make a fist nogufti, like this, okay? Bear, nogosi. Horse, noksomgi. Pelican. So pelican is descriptive too. It's saying short for nokwa, but it said sukta is a bag. So they saw it and said it's got a bag on its neck. So they started naming it noksukta. Neck bag. And you know, some of these, but we've accepted it as a descriptive and we know what they are when they tell us. So it might seem, you know, like neck bag, it's descriptive. To sleep, to buy, all or every. Up here?
No. That red one? Yeah.
Okay. Juice. Or bushwa. So you can make this is juice. So you can say apple juice, orange juice, even soup is a bushwa. Okay. So you say apple juice, sada or bushwa. Or peach juice, bagana or bushwa. Grape juice, bafko or bushwa. Anything that's juice, you can add that to it. Lid or a cover. Sand. A crow. Hear that? There's that he in there, but you can hear that he right here at the bottom of your throat in that. Okay, any questions? Okay, we're going to go to commands. How many has learned commands? 3 minutes. Oh, I was going to make you do this. And that's commands, okay? And I'll have papers, there'll be papers out on it. And it's like, this is good for like me. I have kids, grandkids. Commands is a good thing to teach them. Commands is a good thing to teach, like quit, juegas. That's a command, juegas. That's a command. So we're gonna go over that. Boxy. Boxy is what? We had it in there. Tomorrow. Boxy is tomorrow. So we'll go over that. Boxy is commands. And because how many people do you command in a day? That's another question. They tell you to, look or help me do this, or you'd be surprised at how many times you use these words in a day. Just like mado, thank you, in the day. And y'all need to use that. Use it.
I do at work.
Yeah, well, I do anywhere. I went in Walmart one day and said mado, and they looked at me, but you know what? I had already said it, and if they asked me, I would have told them. Thank you. All right, guys, mado for joining in and continue this. Say these sounds. Look at words. See if you can split them up. Use these sounds, guys. Don't give up. Don't ever give up, because you know what? I don't think this language came to Oklahoma giving up. So keep at it. Hang in there. If you got questions, ask me. Questions. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. I can answer it, I will. Noggin.
That to blow. How did you spell that? I didn't.
Mvskoke, it's, oh, I should have spelled it in it.
Mvskoke.
Yeah. Mhm. There you go, see? There's one right there.
Yeah.
O, hear that? O, B, O, B, E, E. Yeah.
I told you, I don't know how to spell them.
And you will learn. Just, it takes self-study. Oh, I know, Mado, Mavasat.